Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be setting up my A6 Fauxbonichi November daily journal, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. So in just a minute, I'm actually going to go radio silent. I'm going to turn on some music for you guys. I'm going to keep this real time as I set up just a few pages of this. It is currently October 31st, and I do want to get this set up for November. This is going to be a tester book for me. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video, as well as I'll probably do an unboxing later in the week when I receive the items. But this is scaled down to an A6 size. My best approximation, this is basically a 4x6 journal. And again, I'll talk about how I came about this at the end of the video. So get relaxed, get comfy, and follow along with me as I set up some pages in this. Okay guys, so that's my setup thus far. Now I don't know how I feel about this. As I live with it, it might be okay. I don't know, one, my stamping skills are not the best. Plus, I don't know if it just looks dirty or cluttered, but it definitely looks lived in. And I was going to go in and just glue it down, but I cannot be bothered with that. So I know you don't generally see it. People use their little fine tip glue things and glue stuff down. Yeah, I'm just going to tape it down. But it's an interesting intro, and let me show you what this was. So I ordered, I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, but I ordered a Hobonichi A6 Techo Avec, which is basically this size, and it doesn't start until January, and I didn't want to wait to play until then. And so I had this in my stash. This is actually a craft paper version, and more than likely I'll be using this for my December daily, but it is the right width, but I did have to cut it down, and so this is the bottom part of that. I also only wanted this cover page here, the monthly page here, and then go right into the daily pages. So I also took some pages out. This is staple bound, so it was really easy to just kind of take it apart and then put the tines back in. I did cut this on my paper cutter. I laid it flat like this and cut. I don't know if you can see, but it is crooked, but again, it doesn't bother me. And this isn't going to be a November daily where I'm doing gratitude or whatever. As I go through the first week and kind of figure out what it is that I'm going to do, when I do a weekly wrap up, maybe even do one of these days with you guys, I'll talk a little bit more about this. But this is really going to test out what I want my Hobonichi to be for next year. And so I figured 2 months is a nice time to test out. I had all of this stuff. I do plan only to use everything that I've curated here. I've got a ton of stuff, but I don't want to be too overwhelmed by stuff. Even this is quite a bit. I'll be able to pare some of this down, I think, but at least, okay, the colorway that I'd like to go for this month are browns, earth tones, and then pops of blue, just because I think it'll be interesting. I did realize I spelled that wrong, but I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to cover it up. I'm not going to make like it never existed, because, I mean, why? This is not entering a contest. I'm not selling this. So any inherent flaws or mistakes, it's just going to be part of the charm. I did tape this in because this was a little thank you card from my friend Susie, and so I like the sentiment, but I didn't want to lose the writing on the back. A lot of these things were either in my stash or things that I got from Susie by way of everything that was in this clever little thing Susie had sent me from the UK. But then there are also elements like this sticker and some of the other elements here that I got from my friend Andy. So I like playing with my stuff. I like collaging. Here I'll be doing a little bit of journaling on what I want this to be, and then I'm going to go right into my days. It is currently Halloween, and so I'll be starting this perhaps not on a daily basis. I'm thinking I'm going to treat this maybe something I do on Friday nights or on the weekend, but I would like to do it on a weekly basis for the various days, and there's enough pages in here to get me to November 30th, and then I'll have a little spot of my notes of what worked in here and what didn't. And you'll see what it progresses into. I'm assuming because there's going to be a lot of paper and whatnot, it's going to get a little chunky. That's also going to be something I'm going to be testing out. But unlike some of my other creative journals, this is not about doodling or drawing. This is really about using my ephemera and my stickers and doing collaging and just a little bit of journaling, but that's actually not going to be the point of this. Again, once I have that first week under my belt, I'll be able to explain a little bit more of what I want this to be, and by that time I should also have some other things that I've ordered by way of my Hobonichi, and one more thing that will be integral in this. I think it's cute. It's tiny. I mean, smaller than my hand, so that's interesting. I kind of like that because then it forces me to think about the space, because when I'm doing my dailies, it's only just the one side, and so I won't be able to get a lot on the page, but that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing, we shall see. But later on tonight, I'll talk about, or I'll journal in here off camera of what I want this to be for, and then that also give me something to think about at the end of the month if I actually made that. Oh, and I should tape that down as well. Anyway, guys, be on the lookout for this as a series from me, whether it's on a daily where we'll do a day together or do a recap at the end of the week. I don't know, it just depends on how I'm feeling, but I'm really excited about this. I'm thankful to Andy. She is my muse. Because of her, I did get the Hobonichi. It wasn't even on my radar. It is currently planner journal season because people are ramping up for January. I had not intended that because I don't need a planner, but something like this really seems interesting to me. So I cannot wait to play in this, and I can't wait to see the pros and cons of this size, but also doing something either on a daily or weekly basis. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts below. And as always, aloha.